Hello, Beez Bladers! Welcome back. Welcome newcomers to the channel. I have two knives to share with you, one from the budget side and one from the little more pricier side. Both of them are very nice, and we're going to start with this one right now. This is the Kizer LIEB, and would you look at it? Just look at it. I've never had one on the channel. I've had one in the box over there that I haven't unboxed. Well, I just took it out of the box. I'm going to show you that one too so you can see a couple different versions of this little boy. I was going to call it a bad boy, but look at this. This version has a very nice stonewashed blade. N690 blade steel. It has a captive pivot, ceramic ball bearings, and look how clean. Very, very clean. Two screws up here. It does not have a lanyard hole. It has a deep carry pocket clip with, yep, you guessed it, flat screws. So nothing there to grab a hold of your pocket in and out of the pocket. It's a dream in and out of the pocket. And look at this. This is really cool. And you'll really see, you'll really see what this looks like with the other version when I show you that one here in a second. It has that shadow box look. And now as far as your texture, you can see the texture, but it's not really grabby on your skin. Here's a little Hero vision. It kind of has that so it is a little grabby in that aspect, but there's no discernible texture. And it is a liner lock, and we will take a quick look, and it does have some good jimping, and man, is it snappy. I would definitely call this a 3-finger knife, unless you have small hands. Overall, it's 5.82 inches long. You have a 2.37-inch blade. It's 2.71 ounces, so it's not a heavy knife at all. At all. Your blade stock is 111 thousandths of an inch, and behind the edge is a pretty consistent 17 thousandths of an inch. And like I was saying before, there's a bunch of different versions you can get of these. You can get them in the G10, micarta. You can get the different blade finishes. Oh, well, while I have that one up here, let me show you this one. So there's a couple of the options you have. And this natural micarta really shows off those liners. I do like the shadow box look. It just gives a little zing, a little pizzazz, and this makes it real easy to see how much that the liners are totally milled out. That's why it is so lightweight. These came from monthlyknifeclub.com, and you know, some of those places, the knives that they send in their tiers, you're like, I don't know about that. This is the tier 2, which are all name brand knives, and I was very surprised to see a Kizer LIEB come out. I was like, what? A Kizer? Are you kidding me? Now this one, it is rock solid, left and right, up and down. There's no play at all. It is centered, and this is centered. Yes, we are centered. So the lockup's in the middle, and man, this one has a good detent. You ready? Wow. I'm telling you, this thing comes flying out. Tell me there's a switchblade faster than that. Can you even slow it down fast enough to see that blade come out? It is an impressive knife for the size. This is like if you have larger fifth pocket carry. What do you want to look for? Larger watch pocket? This will fit in that, and look at this. We'll use this one for size comparisons real quick. Here you go, the Civivi Elementum, and how about, speaking of Civivi, how about the Civivi Kizer? This one, yeah, there we go. That is right in the range. Very similar, kind of the pointy uppy blade, little bit of utility type action, and you know what? I figured I would bring out one that we don't normally see. How about the QSP Penguin Mini? How is that for a pair? Oh yeah. And one more, the Civivi Baby Banter. So if you have a baby banter, this one you get a little more blade, a little more handle, but it's right in that small everyday carry size knife. You can put it in the pouch, you can put it in your pocket, and you're not even gonna know you have it. So my hand is 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. Holding it like this, I can kind of get about half of my pinky on there, so I can actually do that. But if you have extra large hands, your pinky just wraps around the bottom and locks it in your hand. This is going to be a great package opener, a great knife that, like, if you have it in the lunchroom, you're not going to freak people out. It has a low profile color. You know, this one here, a little bit shinier, a little bit fancier, and of course you can always dye the scales whatever you want. But look at this. For utility cutting, it's a dream. I mean, look at this. It fits in your hand so well. And just for opening packages and everyday things. And you can actually, you know, do a little bit of slicey action on your fruits and veggies with it. Very comfortable. The detent is just spectacular how it pops out. That's me doing the push button. Doing the pull, it's equally just as fast. Very, very smooth action. And look at this. tall, flat grind. It has good geometry. You could maybe lay this back and make it even a little bit sharper. Right here, your plunge grind comes you might get about 1 or 2 sharpenings before you get up to that plunge grind. But these run around 55 bucks. And, you know, I think these tiers on this knife club are really paying off. There's not a whole lot to nitpick here. Good blade steel, good action, good feel in the hand for a small knife that you're not even going to know that it's in your pocket. In and out of the pocket is super smooth. No problems with this. Very springy. I mean, it's tough, but it's springy. There you go. The Kizer LIEB. Now, this one is a brand I have never checked out before, and I know you'll recognize it as soon as you see it. Yes, Giant Mouse Ace, and this is, and look at this, it comes in a nice canvas pouch. This is the Giant Mouse Ace Clyde. This one is a little fancier. These run around 175, and this tier is 119. So that is definitely a good deal, because before I made this video, I looked these up, and these are still 175. This is a very sharp knife, pun intended. And look at this, brass for your back spacer. It goes so well with this micarta, and a lanyard hole, and you know, that looks kind of like a little attention getter. Hey, wake up. This one came in the Onyx tier, which is a little bit fancier knives, and you always get a fancy one. But look at this, very nice micarta. It has that great feel of, you know, like linen or cotton. I love that feel. And this is going to get darker as the oils of your skin get in there, and you can always cheat and use some mineral oil and make them darker. But look at that. You also have a brass thumb stud, and something I noticed is, look, there's no thumb stud. There's no stum thud. Words are hard. No thumb stud on this side. It has a really clean look to it. It has a wire clip, kind of deepish carry. You'll have a little bit sticking out of your pocket, about yay much. But on this side, it is a very gentle, very gent looking knife. And you ready to see this blade? Pow! Right in the kisser. Check this out. And here's the thing. This is LMAX steel. Yeah, you heard me. You heard me. This isn't playing around. This has some serious steelage going on. And LMAX, that's not something that we see a whole lot here on Beez Blades. And look at the spine. Crown spine, all rounded, all the way down. And look at this. Very strong tip. That is not going to snap off real easy unless you're doing something you shouldn't be doing with it. Here's a look at this side. Look at that. LMAX. Oh, yeah. Now, overall, this bad boy is 7 inches from tip to tip. Your blade is 3 inches, right on the money. Your blade stock thickness is 117 thousandths of an inch. Behind the edge, 22 thousandths of an inch. It only weighs 2.83 ounces. So it is a lightweight, everyday carry, very fancy. I mean, it feels fancy in the hand. You can see here, there is no joke. There is plenty of room to get to that. Oh yeah, look how smooth. Oh, yeah, it's pretty nice, very nice. Very nice. The pass through is very easy. You can see we have good lockup. And how about centering? Is it centered? Yes, it looked like maybe it could be a hair to this side, just a hair, but that's really nitpicking. And man, I can't get over how sturdy this blade is. You know, it's still 17 thousandths behind the edge. And you do have this upswept blade, not quite a Persian style, but it's kind of like it wanted to go that direction. And as far as our finish and our fit, left and right, up and down are absolutely solid. I'm getting no movement at all. And you know, this blade reminds me of the chili pepper, the Kizer chili pepper. So I want to see those blades. Yeah, they are similar, very similar. By the way, there's your size comparison of the Kizer chili pepper. And while we're at it, I might as well throw a couple more up here. Here's the Civivi Elementum. And you know that the Civivi Elementum is right there in that everyday carry size and weight. Well, this one is definitely in that category, less than 3 ounces. And you know what? We got to show the QSP Penguin, a different version of the QSP Penguin. You know, I have a few. I'm about due to find me another version of the Penguin. I gotta up my game. And I have one more over here. I want to see if let's see what it looks like. Here's the Kizer Beglider Mini. Okay, that is a little bit smaller, but there you go. The Ace, or Giant Mouse Ace Clyde. For your deployment, it is very simple. I told you how easy it is to close. It's super snappy, has a great detent, and it feels premium. This one has bronze washers, so as far as you're not going to get any of the drop shuttiness that you know we're used to with a lot of the ones with the cage ball bearings. This one is kind of a get it out, cut up your apple, and put it back in your pocket. Wow, it looks so good. There's no reverse flicking, no other ways to open it. The blade virtually disappears inside the scales. This is definitely a fancier knife. And LMAX. The LMAX is impressive. This is one of those knives you could keep for a lifetime and pass down because of the steel, and it's such a gents type, ladies type carry, and definitely, I'm going to ask Mrs. Beez if she wants to try this one out, carry this one, because it's so lightweight, and I know that it will fit in her pocket, and I can't get over this rounded spine. And something I didn't show you, here's a look at the inside. You can see there's really good jimping on the inside of that liner lock. I guess if you come straight down with your thumb, that will help, but coming sideways, you're just gonna bump right into the liner lock, and it's gonna make it easy to close. And look inside at that brass. Oh yeah, does that not look good? And this clip, you can never go wrong with a good strong wire clip, and I'm telling you right now, it is sturdy. This is not going to come out of your pocket at all. I noticed this jimping up here. It has some really good jimping, and I was like, is this a front flipper? And if you get your thumb just right and give it a little bit of English, you can flip it out that way and make it a front flipper. So that would be a second way to open it. Now, as far as sharpening, the sharpening, you're right there at your plunge grind. So maybe a sharpening or so before you get to your plunge grind. So there is the Giant Mouse Ace Clyde. And here are two Kizer LIEBs, and I'm glad I was able to show you a couple different versions of these. So if you're interested, I will definitely have links below to the knife club and to where you could go get these knives if you want to go check them out, look at the stats, the specs, all that fun stuff. But go watch this video. You're really going to enjoy those knives. And until I see you in the chats of this video or the other chats or the live streams or the Hive stream on Friday nights, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.